I'm recording this session on my side, and after this session, I will share with you. Let's start our topic discussion today, Manmohan. Topic discussion. What topic we will cover? See, our training focus. Our training focus is on NSE4. This is our first module. NSE4, how to work with Fortinet firewall device. After that, we can move on FMG, NSE5 training, how to work with FortiManager device, then enterprises firewall, Fortinet Sdwan implementation. So these are the modules we have in our complete training program. Manmohan, can you hear me? Okay, everyone, this training will take minimum 3.5 months minimum, and our timing is fixed 11:30 11:30 to 1 p.m. my time, and I think it's 10 a.m. on your side. So let's focus on our first module, Fortinet firewall training, NSC4 Fortinet firewall training. So today we'll focus on topic discussion. What topic we will cover in our complete training into our Fortinet firewall training. Wait. Okay, so these are the modules we have, total 14 modules we have in our complete Fortinet firewall training. And module will take, this module will take minimum 24 to 28 hours to finish this NSC4 Fortinet firewall training. Okay, my name is Jitendra Jaswal, and I will be your instructor for this complete training. So our first topic is introduction and initial configuration. Into this first topic, we'll focus on product family. If you guys are familiar with the Cisco router or with Cisco switches, okay, or if with any other vendor, if we are learning Fortinet firewall device, so we need to know the entry level firewall series, mid range firewall series, and high end appliance. Which firewall is suitable for my organization? For this, we need to discuss product family information. So product family we can discuss in introduction and initial configuration. After that, we'll focus on how to access FortiGate firewall device with CLI option, command line interface, and how to manage our complete FortiGate firewall device with graphical page. So 90 to 95% configuration we will configure through graphical page. But yes, CLI option is available, so we can discuss. So first time, how to we can access through console port, we can access with management port, how to manage through CLI command and graphical page, how to create multiple firewall administrator in case in my network, I want to create multiple firewall administrator. Okay, some administrator can change configuration, some administrator can only view the configuration. So this topic is called RBAC, firewall administration, role-based access control. Okay, we can focus on interface configuration method. Interface configuration. Interface configuration. So you guys are familiar with Cisco router or Cisco switches or any other vendor. If you guys remember, we can configure physical interfaces and logical interfaces, right? Any logical interface? Manmohan, Rajiv, Turvesh, Sarjak, any idea about logical interfaces, everyone? Any idea about logical interfaces? Because physical interface is what? Your fast Ethernet 0/0 interface, gigabit Ethernet 0/0 interface. It's a physical interface. So we can focus how to work with the physical interface. But what about logical interface? Any idea about logical interface? Rajiv. Rajiv, can you hear me?
Yes.
Srajak, right?
Yes.
Okay, please turn off your mic. Okay. So, any idea about logical interface, everyone? Logical interface? Manmohan, any idea about logical interfaces? Remember VLAN interface concept? VLAN interface, loop back interface, everyone, ether channel. These are what? These are called logical interfaces. So Fortinet firewall device is giving you option like other vendor. Yes, you can configure your physical interfaces and logical interfaces. Physical interfaces and logical interfaces. How to work with VLAN, because this is logical interface, VLAN interface, and wait, VLAN interface, loopback interface, ether channel. And one more option is available in our Fortinet firewall. It's called a red interface. It's called redundant interface. It's a common concept, everyone. It's a common concept. Please turn off your mic,
Vendredi,
everyone.
samedi, vendredi, samedi. Correct.
So red interface, it's a common concept. You can configure on any firewall device. Any firewall device. Now, so CLI implementation, graphical page, how to create multiple firewall administrator, how to configure interfaces, physical interface, logical interfaces. Okay, how to go with backup and restore, in case if I want to go with the configuration backup and restore option. In case if I want to upgrade firmware, then so these options, these topics are related with introduction and initial configuration. It means only this topic, everyone, only this topic will take minimum 3 to 5 hours. Only this topic. After that, after interface configuration, yes, we can move for routing. We can move for routing implementation. Why routing implementation? Why routing on next generation firewall device? Because for routing is a feature, right? Routing is a feature. For routing, we have a dedicated appliance, router. We can configure routing on router. So why routing topic is available in Fortinet firewall device? See, Fortinet is giving option like other vendors in case if you want to configure routing concept, yes, option is available. Into this routing concept training, I'm not telling you about the story. Okay, what is static routing, default routing, dynamic routing? You guys are familiar with this. The concept. Here we'll focus on how to implement routing concept like static routing configuration, default routing configuration, and dynamic routing, or you can say advanced routing concept in Fortinet firewall device. Advanced routing or dynamic routing. So we have protocols: RIP, routing information protocol; EIGRP, enhanced interior gateway routing protocol; and OSPF, open shortest path first. So routing is important because if you want to connect your firewall with internet, if you want to connect your firewall with a different network, yes, routing is required. So like other vendor, Fortinet is giving option. Yes, you can configure. The next topic is what? NAT, network address translation. NAT we are using for translation. If you guys remember NAT concept from CCNA training or from basic networking training, NAT we are using for translation, right? We can translate one IP into another IP, or you can say we can translate private IP into public IP. So in basic networking training, you guys are familiar with this static NAT implementation. Remember static NAT, or you can say one-to-one mapping, dynamic NAT concept. Dynamic net. In dynamic net, we can create a range of public IP, and PAT is a popular option. Port address translation. We can translate multiple private IP address with single public IP. It's called PAT. But in Fortinet firewall device, if you talk about NAT concept, in Fortinet firewall device, we'll focus on two type of NAT implementation. We will focus on two type of NAT implementation. It's called source NAT, and second option is destination NAT implementation. Source NAT and destination NAT. And to configure source and destination NAT in Fortinet firewall scenario, we have two configuration option. We can go with firewall policy NAT, and second option we have, it's called central NAT option. So first, we will revise our basic NAT concept. What is network address translation? After that, we will focus on the scenario. What is the scenario to implement source NAT? And what is the scenario to implement destination NAT? And to configure source and destination NAT, I told you we have two configuration option. It means source and destination NAT you can configure with firewall policy option, or same source and destination NAT you can configure with central NAT. So NAT is only for translation, everyone. It's only for translation. If you want to allow your traffic from one network to another network, you need firewall policy. You need firewall policy. NAT is only for translation. With NAT, you cannot allow your traffic through your firewall device. No. To allow your traffic through the firewall device, we need firewall policy. So for example, I have a firewall device. Just example, okay? I have a FortiGate firewall device. And this portion, everyone, this portion is your LAN side portion. You have multiple computers. And this side we are using as a ISP side network. ISP side network. So in Fortinet firewall device, if you want to allow your traffic from one interface, this port number 2, for example, we are using as a LAN interface. This port number 3, we are using as a WAN interface. So Fortinet is not a zone-based firewall, everyone. Manmohan, Rajiv, Sajak, uh, Turvish, everyone can hear me? Everyone?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Fortinet is not a zone-based firewall. If you guys are familiar with any other vendor like Palo Alto, Checkpoint firewall device, Cisco FTD, these are next generation firewall devices. But these firewall devices are called JBF firewall, zone-based firewall. If you are working with any zone-based firewall, so the concept is if you want to allow your traffic from one zone to another zone, like if you want to allow your traffic from LAN zone to WAN zone, you need to create policy. You need to create policy. Like in Palo Alto, we can create security policy. In Checkpoint, we can create access policy. In FTD, we can create access control policy. But in Fortinet is not a zone-based firewall. No. In Fortinet, if you want to allow your traffic from one interface to another interface, you need to create firewall policy. So how to create multiple firewall policy? In case if I'm working in a big network, I want to create 100 firewall policy, 200 firewall policy. So how to create multiple firewall policy, how to delete, how to edit, how to modify. In case if I want to create my firewall policy with graphical page or CLI option, then yes, you can configure firewall policy with both options. You can configure with graphical page, you can go with CLI option. So firewall policy to allow your traffic, but NAT we are using for translation. Okay, now these topics are called next generation firewall features. Let me add one more topic here. Wait. It's called file filter, file filter, IPS concept, IPS. So these are called, everyone, these are called next generation firewall features. Or you can say in Fortinet firewall device, you can say security profile concept. Okay, security profile. Security profile. It's a common concept. It's a common concept. Okay, same concept you can use in any next generation firewall device. Okay, these are next generation firewall feature, security profiles. Okay, so for example, I have a scenario. I have a FortiGate firewall device. FortiGate firewall device, and this portion, everyone, it's a LAN portion. You have some LAN computer, and this side we are using as a ISP. So as per your policy, this inside machine, my point is this inside machine can communicate with this outside server. Here we have a server 8.8.8.8, for example. So as per your firewall policy, yes, traffic is traveling, firewall policy, traffic is traveling from LAN interface, for example, port number 2 to port number 3, from LAN side to WAN side. So this inside machine can establish this connection with outside server. Now within a session, this inside machine is trying to download, for example, trying to download a file. He's trying to download a file, and maybe this file is infected with some malicious code, or maybe it is infected with virus. So only your firewall policy cannot detect. Only your firewall policy cannot detect this malicious information. Not possible. Because in firewall policy, you can add only two information, L3 information and L4 information. What is L3? IP address, right? What is L4? Service or protocol. So in firewall policy, you can match only these two information: source IP, destination IP, source port number, destination port number. That's it. And traffic is allowed. Okay, so within a session, if inside machine is trying to download a file, malicious file, for example, file is infected with virus, so only your firewall policy cannot detect. So what we can do, we can use next generation firewall feature. Into this scenario, into this discussion, into this scenario, we can create antivirus profile. Antivirus profile. We can create antivirus profile, and this profile we can attach with firewall policy. You can attach with your firewall policy. So now antivirus profile can detect viruses, can detect malicious information. Okay, based on antivirus signature database. And to detect latest virus, yes, you need to connect your FortiGate firewall device with FortiGuard server. To download latest antivirus signature database from FortiGuard, from Fortinet, you need to connect your firewall with FortiGuard server. If you have latest signatures, yes, your firewall can detect latest virus. So antivirus, what? Antivirus, it's a security profile. It's a security profile. Behalf of antivirus profile, your firewall can detect malicious information and can take action based on your configuration. For example, you want to block, you want to monitor, you can do this. So antivirus is a security profile. We'll discuss in detail. Okay, right now I'm giving you basic idea. We'll discuss in detail. What is application control? Wait. What is application control? So in FortiGate firewall box, you can say application control. In other vendor, for example, in Palo Alto, you can say application identification concept. In Cisco FTD, you can say app ID concept. So it's a common concept, application control. With application control, your firewall can detect applications. Your firewall can detect application behalf of application signature database. For example, in your network, you want to block Facebook application. You want to block YouTube application. You can do this. You can work with any specific application. Or in case, if you want to block complete category, if you want to block complete category, for example, I want to block all gaming category application. I don't know anything about gaming category, but I want to block. I want to block all social networking category application in my network. Yes, you can do this with application control. So you can block, you can allow, you can monitor. So application control, it's a next generation firewall feature. We have one more option, web filtering. Web filtering. With web filtering, you can block or you can work with any specific URL. Any specific URL. For example, in my network, just example, okay? In my network, I want to block this URL. I don't know anything about this URL, but I want to block. Because as per company policy, it's a malicious URL, for example. It's a malicious URL. So I want to block this URL. So to block any specific URL, you can go with web filtering, or in case if you want to work with website category or web categories. For example, I want to block all news and media category website. I want to block all shopping category website. Yes, you can do this with web filtering. It's a next generation firewall feature. File filter. What is file filter? In file filter, you can work with file type or file extension. File extension. For example, in my network, I want to block exe file or PDF file. No one can upload and download exe and PDF file in my network. So to detect file extension or file type, you can go with file filter concept. To detect botnet activity, malicious information, malware, Trojan, we can go with IPS. So these are, everyone, these are called next generation firewall features. These are called next generation firewall features. So we have a proper topic. Okay, each topic will take a separate session, each topic. So these are called next generation firewall features. Manmohan, clear? Any question, Manmohan? Rajiv, Sajak, Turvish, Janab?
No question on my side.
Manmohan, any question? Manmohan, any question, dear? Turvish? Rajiv, any question?
No.
Okay, no problem. Okay, now let's focus on next topic. The next topic is what? Firewall authentication, everyone. Firewall authentication. What is firewall authentication? What is firewall authentication? Wait. Let's create a scenario. What is firewall authentication? In FortiGate firewall device, you can say firewall authentication. In Palo Alto, you can say user ID. In Checkpoint, you can say identity awareness. In Cisco FTD, you can say identity policy. It's a common concept. Okay, so I have a firewall device. For example, I have a firewall device, and this portion I'm using as a LAN side network. I have multiple computers, and this side I'm using as a ISP network. So I can create firewall policy. I can create firewall policy, and behalf of firewall policy, this inside IP, this 192.168.10.10 can communicate with 8.8.8. Okay, as per your firewall policy. In firewall policy, what you can define? This is port number 2. This is port number 3. In firewall policy, what you can define? You can define your incoming interface, port number 2, outgoing interface, port number 3, source IP, destination IP, service and protocol, and action. Yes, action I'm using what? Allow. So I can define this information in my network, in my firewall policy. And behalf of this firewall policy, this inside machine is traveling. This policy name, for example, it's a rule 1. As a firewall administrator, if I'm trying to verify log information, if someone will hit onto this rule, I want to verify the log information. In logs, I can get only source IP and destination IP information. In logs, I can only verify source IP and destination IP. Okay, I don't know which user account. I don't have full visibility. Okay, because maybe onto this machine, multiple users are working on a different time. Multiple users are working. So I don't know which user account is trying to access malicious application, which user account is trying to access malicious file, or trying to click on malicious link, which user account. I have only IP address information. I don't have full visibility. Okay. So for full visibility, what you can do, you can create a user account. You can create user account. And to create user account, we have two options. To create user account, we have two options. What? We can create user account in local database. We can create user account in FortiGate, firewall, local storage. If you are working in a small network, yes, you can create user account in local database and you can work with this, no problem. In case if you are working in a big network, for example, you have remote authentication server. Okay, remote authentication server you have in your network. Like you have a Radius, RADIUS, remote authentication dial-in user service, or TechX, or maybe you have Microsoft Active Directory domain and service, or you can say LDAP server. How to create a Radius and TechX server? This is not our task. Okay, everyone. How to prepare these remote authentication server? This is not our task. For Radius and TechX, we have a separate training is called Cisco ICE. How to prepare Active Directory domain and service? For ADDS server, you need Microsoft Server Administrator in your network. Okay, MCSA or MCSE. Certified engineer can prepare domain controller in your network. Microsoft Active Directory domain and service, or LDAP server. So what is our task into this scenario? Okay, what is our task in case if you have a Radius server, TechX server, or LDAP server in your network? So as a firewall administrator, you need to do integration. Okay, these are what? These are database, everyone. These are database. All the user accounts are available into this centralized database. Okay, so what we can do, for example, in my network, I have a domain controller. Okay, this is domain controller, for example. AD server, you can say. ADDS server. And domain name, for example, abc.com. abc.com. So all the user accounts are available into this centralized database. All user account, group account, OU. So all user and group accounts are available into this centralized database. And these computers, they are the part of this domain, abc.com. Okay, they are what? They are domain users. So user accounts are available into this centralized database. What you can do as a firewall administrator, you can create integration. This is our task, everyone. This is our task. We can create integration in between ADDS and FortiGate firewall device. Database is available on remote authentication server. Okay, so these are what? These are domain users, domain computers. They are the part of this domain. So user account you can create in centralized database, and users can log in on any computer, no problem. Now this time in your policy, you can add one more information in your policy. What? source user information. For example, I'm creating my firewall policy for user 1, for user 2. So inside machine, this domain user can log in with his username and password, and inside machine is initiating his traffic. This traffic will hit on firewall device. Firewall will check this username information and is there any policy available for this user? Firewall can check firewall policy. If policy is available, yes, traffic is traveling through the firewall device, and you have a visibility for domain user this time. In logs, what you have user account information with IP address, with IP address. In case if you have, for example, if you have some guest user in your network, then in your network you have some guest users. They are what? Guest user. They are not permanent users in your network. They are not domain users. Just example, everyone. Okay, these are what? Guest user. So I cannot join these computers in our Active Directory. Why? Because they are the temporary users. They are not permanent user. I cannot join these computers to domain with Active Directory. So for guest user visibility, what we can do for guest user? We can use a concept is called captive portal. Captive portal concept. Captive portal. We can enable captive portal feature on LAN interface. And captive portal, it's not a Fortinet firewall feature. You can use in any vendor. Like in Checkpoint, you can say browser-based authentication. In Palo Alto, you can say captive portal concept. It's a common concept. So we can enable captive portal for guest user. Now this guest user, for example, this guest user, he plug his cable with switch. And in case you have a DSCP server in your network, this DSCP server is providing all the information, IP address, mask, gateway, DNS entry. So this guest user has all IP address information. He is initiating his traffic. When traffic will hit on firewall LAN interface, firewall will provide him a captive portal page. So he need to authenticate first. This guest user need to authenticate first with his username and password. You as a firewall administrator, you can create some user account in local database because they are not domain users. We can create user account in local database. Okay, you as a firewall administrator, you can create and you can provide to guest user. You can provide to each guest user. Guys, if you want to log in, please use this username and password. So this guest user machine, he can type his username and password, for example, username and password. If he is successfully authenticated and there is a policy for this username and username, traffic is traveling. So this time you have full visibility for your domain user and for your guest user. Clear my point? Sajak, Rajiv, Manmohan, Tulvish, everyone?
Yes, yes, all clear.
Yes. Clear my point? This is called what? This is called firewall authentication in FortiGate firewall scenario. Firewall authentication. Same topic we have in other vendor. Like in Palo Alto, we have a user ID concept. In Checkpoint, you can say identity awareness. So now we have full visibility. So we have two practicals, everyone. Two practicals. One practical for domain user and one practical for captive portal. Captive portal, guest user, you can say. And we can also focus on how to do integration. It's a very important topic. How to do integration. So in our training, we will prepare one Active Directory server and we can do integration. So this is our topic. What? Firewall authentication concept. Wait. Firewall authentication. What is next topic? It's called virtual domain.
Just a quick question
Yes, yes, you can ask.
for the firewall authentication, right? About the guest users. For one account that I will create on the firewall for guests, can I use it on multiple machine or a single
You
machine?
can, you can, but see how you can monitor these users. How you can monitor, because if you log in with same username and password, if you're logging on each machine, how you can monitor as a firewall administrator?
So that's
You
my
want to
question.
provide a separate username and password to each guest user. You need to provide and you need to monitor this. So Jack,
No,
why
no.
we are doing this? Because we want full visibility, right? Why we are discussing this topic? Because we want full visibility. Which user account is trying to access malicious application, malicious file, malicious data. Clear now? So Jack,
Okay, no. Just my maybe I did ask the wrong question. What I was about to also is, can I limit it to a single account for a single device?
you can, in policy, you can add MAC address object. Yes. With source IP, you can bind with source IP. So Jack, you can bind with source IP. Okay. For example, this machine has a source IP. For example, he has 200.200.255. So in policy, you can specify traffic will initiate from dot 55 and username user1.
Okay, thank you.
Please match this information, then traffic is allowed. So you can specify, yes. Or one more option we have. Shajak, can you hear me, dear?
Yes, I can hear you.
See, one more option we have. In case in your network you have DSCP server and this machine, this guest user machine is getting, for example, he is available for 2 or 3 days in your company, in your network. He's getting different IP address from DSCP server every day. So IP address can change. But what about MAC address? So you can create MAC address object here and you can attach with your policy. So source object, source is what? MAC address. Guest user MAC address. It's a fix. So Jack, clear now?
Yes, all clear.
Okay, let's move on the next discussion. Any other question? Manmohan, Rajiv, Sajak, Turvish, uh, HRDC. Any question? Mohan? Okay. Please drop a message on chat. Okay. Let's discuss. Okay. Our next topic is what? Virtual domain, everyone. Virtual domain. What is virtual domain? In FortiGate firewall device, you can say virtual firewall concept. We can divide our single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box. Why we require this concept? Okay, for example, I'm working with a firewall device. Okay, I have a single firewall box. This firewall device is connected with a LAN switch, and in LAN side, we have department, multiple department. For example, we have a marketing department, for example, sales department, HR department. So my requirement is I want to configure separate type of NAT policy, firewall policy, routing configuration for each department. Or you can say I want separate departmental control. Or you can say I want dedicated L3 firewall device for marketing and sales, L3 firewall device for marketing and sales department. And for HR department, I'm looking for layer 2 firewall. Then, then into this scenario, you need 3 separate physical appliance. If you go with 3 separate physical appliance, then what about cost? That's why we are using a feature, a concept virtual domain in Fortinet firewall. Same concept we have in Cisco ASA, in Cisco FTD. Okay, in Cisco ASA, in Cisco FTD, you can say security context, or you can say virtual firewall. In Fortinet, you can say virtual domain. So what we can do, we can buy a single big box, and with the help of license, we can divide our single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall device. So this is marketing firewall device. This is sales firewall. This is HR firewall. And yes, I have resources. Interfaces are called resources. So I have interfaces, or you can say port. So first you can divide your single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box. After that, you can assign your resources. For example, this is port number 2, port number 3, port number 4, port number 5, 6, and port number 7. So first you can divide your single firewall box into 3 firewall devices. After that, you can assign your interfaces. Now, marketing traffic. Marketing traffic is traveling via marketing firewall device. Sales traffic is traveling via sales firewall device. And HR traffic is traveling via HR firewall device. There is no communication in between these firewalls. So you can say virtual firewall, or you can say in short, VDOM concept. VDOM. So we have 3 VDOMs right now: marketing VDOM, sales VDOM, and HR VDOM. We'll discuss in detail, okay? Now, layer 2 firewall. Next topic is what? Layer 2 firewall. So we can use our FortiGate firewall device in 2 mode. This complete box you can use in 2 mode. Either you can go with NAT mode firewall, or you can say L3 firewall device. And second option we have layer 2 firewall, or you can say transparent firewall device. Transparent transparent firewall device. So I have a firewall box, FortiGate firewall device. Okay. In case if this box I'm using as a layer 3 firewall, in case if I'm using this firewall box as a layer 3 firewall devices. So these interfaces, everyone, these interfaces are called L3 interfaces. These interfaces are called L3 interfaces. So we can configure IP address onto these interfaces. We can configure routing onto this box, NAT onto this box, VPN. And yes, it's a next generation firewall device. So we can utilize next generation firewall feature. But in case if you are using this box as a layer 2, this complete box you are using as a layer 2, or you can say transparent firewall device. So these interfaces, everyone, these interfaces are called layer 2 interfaces. It's not a switch port. It's not a switch port, everyone. It's a layer 2 interface. It means we cannot configure IP address onto these interfaces. Not possible. We cannot configure routing, NAT, VPN. No, not possible. But it's a next generation firewall device, so we can utilize next generation firewall features. So you can see we have a limitation, right, everyone? Manmohan, Rajiv, Muhammad, Turvish. We have limitation, right? With layer 2 firewall device, we have limitation. If I'm using my firewall box as a layer 3 firewall device, so yes, I can configure routing, NAT, VPN, I can configure interfaces, I can connect my box with internet, I can utilize next generation firewall feature. But in case if I'm using this box as a layer 2 firewall device, so we have limitation. So what is the scenario? In which scenario we can use our complete box as a layer 2 firewall device? Yes, we can discuss here. We can discuss layer 2 firewall implementation. Layer 2 firewall implementation. Now, Now, next topic will focus on login and monitoring, and this is important topic and interesting topic because here we can discuss troubleshooting. Here we can discuss troubleshooting concept. So in login and monitoring, we can focus on logs information. Logs. Whenever traffic will hit on firewall device, traffic is allowed, traffic is denied. So whenever traffic will hit on firewall device, this activity will record. This activity will record and it contain in a file. It contain in a file. It's called log file. It's called log file. So we need log files. Why? To diagnose problem, to troubleshoot our network. We need logs. For example, inside machine is saying, I cannot access internet. Or as per your firewall policy, you are trying to block Facebook application, but inside machine can access. So we need logs to troubleshoot our network. And for logs, to store our logs, we have two options. To store our logs, we have two options. We can store our logs in local database. In local database. In local FortiGate firewall storage, you can store your logs. But in case every day you are receiving too much log in your network, every day 1000 logs, 2000 logs you are receiving, then yes, you can send all your logs on a remote logging server. Remote logging server. Remote logging server. So we can discuss how to send logs on syslog server or in your network if you have SNMP. So yes, you can send your logs on SNMP. In Fortinet, we have a separate product. In Fortinet, we have a separate product is called FortiAnalyzer device. To store all Fortinet products log, like you have FortiGate firewall, FortiManager, FortiSwitch, FortiCamera, FortiAccess Point, Fortinet Authenticator, FortiADC. Just example, okay? If you have multiple Fortinet products and you want to store all devices log on a centralized location, so in Fortinet, we have a separate product that's called FortiAnalyzer to store all Fortinet devices logs. In our training, our focus is on syslog and SNMP. But yes, I will show you how to add FortiAnalyzer in case if you have in your network. So to store our logs, we can go with local database or we can go with remote logging server. Okay. Next topic in login and monitoring, we'll focus on how to capture our packet. So packet capture is an important topic. We can capture our packet with graphical page, GUI. You can capture your packet, you can download. Okay. The format is PCAP format. PCAP format file. Okay. So you can open this PCAP format file with any packet capturing tool like Wireshark. Wireshark is a popular option. So you can get a detailed information about your packet. So graphically, yes, you can capture in case if you don't have Wireshark in your network, you don't have graphical page access, for example, and you want to capture your live packet. So you can go with CLI option. In CLI, we can discuss a popular command. It's a popular command in Fortinet scenario. You can use this command in Fortinet, in FortiManager, in FortiAnalyzer, in other devices. It's called diagnose sniffer packet command. Diagnose sniffer packet. So packet capture, we can discuss here. We can discuss all type of logs. All type of logs like forward traffic log, sniffer traffic log, local traffic log, system event. If someone will hit on firewall policy, how to verify the logs. If someone will hit on application control profile, how to verify log. If VPN tunnel down, VPN tunnel up, how we can verify. So we can discuss all type of logs in login and monitoring. Clear my point, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, let's take a break for 5 minutes, then we can continue. It's a 12 12:21. We will continue at 12:26. Please turn off your mic.
Okay.
5 minute break only. Everyone, can you hear me? Manmohan, Mohammed, Rajiv, Turvish. Everyone, can you hear me? Let's continue our topic now. Manmohan, please drop a message on chat window. Okay. What about others, Manmohan? Mohammed, Rajiv, Durvesh? Okay, let's wait 2 minutes then. Okay, Manmohan, for the student. Okay, let's continue our topic now, everyone. So now the next topic is what? Next topic we can focus on VPN implementation, chapter number 12 and 13. These two topics are related with VPN implementation. So what is VPN? We will first discuss about what is VPN concept, virtual private network, why we are using, what is the feature, and when you talk about implementation, VPN implementation. So we have two type of VPN implementation. It's called IPsec and SSL VPN. We have two type of VPN implementation in Fortinet of our scenario, IPsec and SSL. IPsec we are using, IPsec we are using for site to site VPN connectivity. Okay, if you have branch offices, for example, you have branch office A and branch office B. Okay, you want to connect these two branch office over this public network, over this untrusted network in a secure manner, So yes, you can go with site to site VPN implementation. You can create a secure VPN tunnel in between branch office A and branch office B. For site-to-site VPN implementation, we have three lab in Fortinet firewall scenario. We have three separate lab only for site-to-site. First, we will focus on route-based site-to-site VPN. Then we will go for policy-based site-to-site and template-based site-to-site VPN. Route based and policy based, everyone, these two are common. Okay, route based, policy based, you can implement in Palo Alto scenario, in checkpoint scenario, in Cisco FTD scenario. It's a common concept. Okay, but template based side to side VPN, it's a Fortinet firewall feature. Template based side to side VPN, it's a Fortinet firewall feature. Okay, we have another kind of VPN implementation. It's called remote access. What is remote access VPN? In remote access VPN, outside user you can say, or home user you can say, he's trying to access company private resources. For example, this side, this portion is your DMZ portion. This side you have multiple servers, and these servers are publicly allowed for outside user. My point is, this outside home user, okay, this remote user, you can say he's trying to access company private resources. Okay, he has a Wi-Fi modem at his home. You can say he has internet connectivity, Wi-Fi modem at his home. So to access private resources, he need to establish a connection first with his laptop, mobile phone, or desktop. He need to establish a connection first, and this connection is called remote access VPN connection. This connection you can say the remote access VPN connection. Once this connection will establish, then yes, outside user can access private resources, and this complete connection in between this VPN gateway device and this outside user, this complete connection is secure, encrypted connection. To configure remote access, to configure remote access VPN, we have two configuration options. You can go with IPsec or you can go with SSL. So for site to site, we have a option IPsec, only IPsec. But for remote access VPN implementation, we have IPsec and SSL. So now which one is a popular option? Which one is a popular option? Because we can go with IPsec or we can go with SSL. Which one is a popular option for remote access VPN implementation? We can discuss. Okay, we can discuss what is the difference in between IPsec and SSL, and which one is a popular option. In our training, our focus is on SSL VPN implementation, but I will show you how to configure with IPsec. SSL is a popular option for a remote access VPN implementation. In SSL, we can discuss two lab. We have two lab for SSL remote access VPN implementation. First, we can discuss web mode, or you can say client-less SSL VPN. And second lab we have, it's called tunnel mode. Tunnel mode. So it means only these two topics, everyone. Only these two topics will take minimum 5 to 6 hours. Only these two topics. Next, we can focus on high availability. It's called high availability, or you can say failover concept. Failover concept. Okay, what is failover? So I have one FortiGate firewall device, and this FortiGate firewall device is connected with LAN site network. You have multiple computers. This portion is your ISP portion, ISP network. So into this topology, everything is working fine, okay? Into this topology, you have IP address on interfaces, port number 2, port number 3, 192.168.10.1/24. This is public facing interface. So 99.99.99.10/24. Just an example. So into this topology, everything is working fine. We have IP address on interfaces. We have routing configuration, policy configuration, NAT configuration. You can say traffic is traveling. You can say traffic is traveling through this firewall device. But into this topology, we have a single firewall appliance, single firewall box. In case if this box goes down, if this box goes down, then LAN user, they cannot go on internet side, they cannot access internet services. So into this scenario, we can go with high availability or we can go with backup plan. Muhammad, Rajiv, clear my point? We can go with backup plan. We can add one more firewall into this topology. This is firewall box 1. This is firewall box 2. So we can add one more firewall into this topology. Second firewall device is for high availability. If I'm adding one more firewall device into this topology, let's change this topology now. This is switch number 2. This is switch number 1. Okay, ISP portion. This is ISP portion. This is LAN side network. LAN side network. Second firewall device we are using for high availability. If you talk about high availability, so we have two mode. First, we can focus on active passive, high availability. And second mode, we have active high availability. So active passive and active. In case if you are working with active passive scenario, in active passive mode, one firewall is actively manage your traffic. One device's status is active and other device status is passive. Passive firewall device, or you can say standby device. In between firewall box 1 and firewall box 2, we have a failover link. It's called HA. It's called HA, high availability link. So if you are working with active passive, one firewall is managing your traffic. It means traffic is traveling. Traffic is traveling through this active appliance. Through this HA link, firewall box 1 is sending keep alive message, or you can say hello packet to firewall box 2. Firewall box 1 is saying what? Hello, I'm active. So firewall box 2 status is passive. When this box goes down, this box is not working. Then passive box, this firewall box 2, he is not getting any hello packet through this failover link. So firewall box 2 can get an idea. I think firewall box 1 is not available. Let's change mode. And now I am active. Now I am active firewall device, or traffic is automatically traveling via this side. So into this high availability, everyone, into this active passive scenario, you can utilize only one firewall box in your high availability cluster. And in a single cluster, you can add maximum 8 firewall devices. Maximum. In a single high availability cluster, you can add 8 firewall devices. It means one firewall device is in active status and rest 7 firewall devices status is passive. In case if you want to utilize all the firewall devices, if you want to utilize all your firewall devices in your high availability cluster, so yes, you can go with active mode. In active mode, we can utilize all our firewall devices. In active mode, we are using load balancing technique. So, okay, some traffics are traveling via firewall box 1, other traffic is traveling via firewall box 2. So you can utilize all the firewall devices. Right now, I'm giving you basic idea, but we'll discuss in detail troubleshooting scenario. What is the use of this HA interface? So this high availability, everyone, will take minimum 2 to 3 hours. Clear now? Mohammed, Manmohan, Rajiv, Urvish.
Yes, all clear.
Okay. Now let's start our topic now. Okay, before start this introduction and initial configuration topic, let's talk about basic fundamental about firewall device. Basic fundamental. So what do you think about firewall? Any idea, everyone? Can anyone try to help me? What is firewall device? What do you think? Manmohan, what do you think about firewall device? Rajiv, Turvish, Mohammed, you guys can type on chat or you can guys unmute mic. It's a protection device, okay? Any other can try? What is firewall? What do you think about firewall? Control traffic in network, good, okay? Turvish, Manmohan, okay, let's discuss here, okay? Wait. So firewall, everyone, firewall is just like a router. Remember always. Firewall is just like a router. Okay, I have a router device. Firewall is just like a router. Okay, on router, we can configure routing. Yes, you can configure on firewall device. In router, we can configure NAT. Yes, you can configure in firewall device. In router, we can configure VPN. Yes, you can configure in router in firewall device. So firewall is just like a router. But yes, in firewall, we have some advanced feature which router cannot provide you. So what is firewall exactly? You can say firewall is a system or group of system that can manage access between network. Between network means what? We have 3 type of network: LAN, WAN, and DMZ. What is LAN? Your private network. Your private network is what? Is a LAN network. What is WAN? Your public side network, your ISP side network, it's a WAN network. What about DMZ? Demilitarized zone. Any idea about DMZ? What about DMZ, everyone? LAN is a private network, right? WAN is a public network. What about DMZ? Please unmute your mic, or you can type on chat window, everyone. What is DMZ? Any idea? Neutral zone. What is the use of this DMZ zone, Turesh? Because I can put all my devices in LAN zone, no problem. Let me show you. See, let me show you. For example, I have a firewall device. Okay. I have a firewall device, and this portion is my LAN side portion. So in LAN side network, I can put multiple servers. Maybe these servers are publicly allowed. Okay. For example, I have web server, DNS server, SMTP server, FTP server. This is what? Web server, DNS server, FTP server, SMTP server, and yes, we have some computer in LAN side, and we have some company confidential servers, for example. So I can put all my devices in LAN side network, Manmohan. I can put all my devices in LAN side network. Okay. It protect device that need to be connected directly to internet like DDNS. Okay. It's not only for DDNS. Okay. Mohammed, DDNS is a dynamic DNS. But it's not only for DNS. See, my point is, see, everyone, I can put all my devices in LAN side network. No problem. And other side is a public side portion. Yes, I can create my scenario like this. Now into this topology, if I want to allow some traffic from outside, in case outside user can upload and download files on FTP server. So I want to allow some traffic from outside, from untrusted network. If I want to allow some traffic from outside, yes, I need to create policy because this is a firewall device. I need to create a policy. I need to create a policy. In policy, what I can define? I can define source IP, destination IP, and then I can take an action, allow or deny. I can match source IP, destination IP, service or protocol, action, allow. So if I want to allow this outside machine to access my FTP server, in policy, I can define source IP, destination IP, service or protocol, action is allowed. So yes, this outside machine can access this FTP server. No problem. As per your policy, this outside machine can only communicate with this FTP server because as per your policy, you mentioned that source IP and destination IP. Your firewall can check and can redirect the traffic on FTP. No problem. But this traffic is coming from untrusted network. Right, everyone? Rajiv, Mohammed, Darvish, Manmohan.
Yes. Yes.
My point is this traffic is initiated from untrusted network. So it may be possible. It may be possible this outside user can try to compromise other devices, because traffic is coming from untrusted network. So it may be possible. It may be possible. So what we can do into the scenario? What we can do into this scenario? So into this scenario, I can create a separate zone for these servers because these servers are publicly allowed. These servers are allowed for outside users. So I can create a separate zone. I can create a separate zone here. This is a switch. Okay. I can put web server, DNS server, SMTP server, FTP server. These servers are publicly allow for outside users. So I can put all these servers in a separate zone. DMZ is just a name. You can use your name, no problem. DMZ network is just a network. So now this time traffic is coming from outside, no problem. Traffic is coming from outside. Outside user can hit onto this public interface. As per your configuration, your firewall will redirect this traffic on DMZ side. How to redirect our traffic? Yes, we can discuss in our destination NAT implementation. I will show you. But when traffic will hit on public facing interface, your firewall will redirect this traffic on DMZ side. So your LAN portion, your LAN network is secure. Clear now?
Yes.
Manmohan, Turvesh, Rajiv. Okay, now let's talk about one more common concept. One more common concept. It's called stateful firewall inspection. Stateful firewall inspection. It's a common concept for any firewall device. Stateful firewall inspection. So for stateful firewall inspection discussion, I am creating a topology. Okay, I'm using Cisco ASA firewall device for this discussion. You can use any firewall device, but I'm using ASA. It's a Cisco firewall device. So this portion, everyone, this portion is your LAN portion. LAN side network. You have some computers in LAN side network. This side we are using as a ISP side network. ISP side network. Okay, inside machine IP address is 192.168.10.10 and outside server IP address is 8.8.8, for example. Cisco ASA works with security level concept. It's work with security level concept. Okay, so in Cisco ASA, we have predefined concept. Predefined concept. For example, this is fast Ethernet 0/0. This is fast Ethernet 0/1. So in Cisco ASA firewall, we have predefined concept. Predefined concept means what? If you type onto this interface, if you type this predefined keyword is called INSIDE, inside keyword on any interface. Okay, I'm using this inside keyword on 0/0. So this interface will get a security level 100. And onto this public facing interface, if you are using any other keyword, not inside, any other keyword, your name, my name, for example, I'm using outside keyword. So this interface will get a security level 0. So security level range is 0 to 100. Why we are creating this topology? Because our topic is stateful firewall discussion. Now, in Cisco ASA firewall device, by default, traffic is allowed. By default, traffic is allowed from higher security level to lower security level. By default. In Cisco ASA, no need to create any policy rule. By default, traffic is allowed from higher security level to lower security level. In Fortinet, in PALO ALTO, in Checkpoint, in FTD, everything is denied from any source to any destination. But in Cisco ASA, by default, traffic is allowed from higher security level to lower security level. So my point is, if this 10.10 is trying to communicate with this 8.8.8, this traffic will hit on firewall device. Firewall can verify traffic is coming from higher security level and trying to travel lower security level. Yes, as per default policy, traffic is allowed. So traffic is traveling. Traffic is traveling. And when traffic is traveling through the firewall device, when traffic is traveling through the firewall device, then firewall will maintain the state of connection in connection table. Okay, firewall will maintain this information in connection table, you can say, or state table, you can say, or session table, you can say. And what firewall will maintain into this state table? It maintain It maintains source IP, source port number, destination IP, destination port number. So our source IP is into this scenario. Our source IP is 192.168.10.10. Source port number, let's take a random port number. For example, 52,000. Destination IP 8.8.8. And destination port number 443. Just example. So traffic is traveling through the firewall device, through the appliance. And if traffic is traveling through the firewall device, firewall will maintain the state of connection in state table. Router is a stateless device, Manmohan, but firewall is a stateful device, any firewall device. Now, what about return traffic? If this outside machine is sending reply packet, so this reply packet will hit onto this interface 0/1. This reply packet will hit on this public facing interface, Turvish. This interface security level is what? Mohammed, Rajiv, 0. So now traffic is trying to travel from lower security level to higher security level, and lower to higher, everything is denied. Everything is denied. So when traffic will hit on firewall, any interface, firewall will check traffic information in state table. If any traffic will hit on firewall interface, firewall will check this traffic information in state table. Now firewall can verify, okay, this traffic is coming from 8.8. Yes, I have information. And this 8.8 is trying to communicate with 10.10. So based on state table, firewall can identify this traffic was initiated from inside network. Okay. This traffic was initiated from inside network based on state table. So because when traffic is traveling through the firewall device, firewall will maintain state of connection in state table. So when traffic will hit on firewall interface, firewall can check, okay, this information is already available. It means this traffic was initiated from inside network, and this is just a reply packet. How firewall can say it's a reply packet? Based on state table information. Traffic was initiated from inside network, and this is just a reply packet. So firewall will allow this traffic. This is called stateful firewall inspection, and this is state table I will show you in Fortinet firewall. The session table I will show you in Fortinet firewall. Clear my point, everyone? What is stateful firewall? What is stateful firewall inspection? When traffic is traveling through the firewall device, firewall will maintain the state of connection in state table, in connection table, then forward traffic to the outside. When reply packet will come, firewall will check this information in session table. If information is available, it's allow, otherwise drop. Manmohan, clear? Mohammed, Rajiv, Turvesh, Janab?
Yes, clear.
Everyone? Let's continue this topic tomorrow, everyone. Same time, okay? My time, 11:30. The same Zoom ID. And please share your email ID, everyone, in our WhatsApp group. Email ID, so that I can share today's session video, lab setup software, and slides notes.
Is it finished?
Yes. Our session is 11:30 to 1 p.m. Mohammed.
Okay. But the other lecturer will come now? Now? No.
Now we will continue tomorrow same time. Your time is
Tomorrow.
10 a.m., I think.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Take care, guys. Please
Take
share your
care.
email
Thank you,
ID.
sir. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.